One more part on the coronavirus story this morning. Cleveland-based Multiradiance Medical is seeking an emergency use authorization from the FDA on a device, and I want to find out more about this. This could be something big on treatments. Doug Johnson with me on the hotline this morning. Doug, I appreciate your time. Good morning. First of all, for people that don't
Good morning.
know, Solon, one of the many locations for this company that works a lot with lasers. Give me a quick overview first of Multiradiance.
So Multiradiance is a medical device manufacturer that makes super pulse laser technology, which is generally used for pain management. We are in the rehabilitation space, and we sell pretty much most every specialty. So you might see this like in your physician's office, your physical therapist office, to go and get treatment.
I know I saw one of these devices years ago, early, and it was fascinating on early research about lasers and to the point of helping muscles and all, and that's really been on the cutting edge of doing this research in Multi, right?
It's been amazing. We first started out looking at ways to improve human performance, and we were looking at, how can we make muscles stronger, and you would see a lot of athletes using this to find a way to make their muscles recover faster and make them stronger. And we've done a tremendous amount of research in that area, close to over 15 studies. And the thing that was really interesting is we found that it didn't work just on normal, healthy muscles, but we found people who had muscular dystrophy and COPD and people who suffered from stroke could benefit from building up this muscle as well. And that kind of is what led us into looking at this current trial for COVID-19, where we were looking at basically the muscles that control our breathing.
What are you asking the FDA to do as far as this device goes? Then where is this and where are we possibly heading?
So the biggest thing about this device is what we found was that when you are on prolonged mechanical ventilation, what happens is your diaphragm weakens, it gets atrophy. And this causes a lot of other problems and complications, and your survival rate goes down. And this is an unfortunate situation that we're dealing with now with the COVID-19. But what we're asking for is to show them our data that we got from our phase 2 trial to show that we preserved that muscle so that these patients had a better chance of surviving, but they also had a better chance of recovery coming off the ventilators.
Let me be clear, I'm not a doctor, but in all the interviews I have done this year on this pandemic, the whole issue about when to use the ventilator and were we using them too much early on, it has been a concern. There's been a different thought in the medical community, and it seems to me it has caused a problem, which is what you're talking about with this device to fix.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing that we keep seeing is that the mortality rate is just unheard of in any way. And our goal is to try to find a way to help these patients stay stronger during that time and to use it less. The problem is the long-term use of the ventilator. It's not that short-term use. That's what helps the patients get through that really early stage where they need it, where they're suffering from lack of oxygen. Our goal is to make sure that they can get the life-saving part of it that they need, but eliminate that long-term use and those increasing of those risks.
Fascinating. Well, we'll see what the FDA says. At least you're asking for fast track to get this thing approved, which
yes.
who knows how fast they're working nowadays, but you may know something sooner than later, we're hoping, right?
Yeah, our goal is to hopefully hear something by the beginning of the year.
Okay.
The thing is, our technology has been approved. It's been around. And the one thing that's nice about it is that it's safe. We don't have adverse events that you notice with this. And it can be used with other therapies. And I think that's the great thing. This is not a replacement for what's going on. This is an adjunct to help those that are really critically ill.
Interesting. Maybe a product we hear more about down the road with COVID-19 and Multiradiance corporate headquarters right here in Northeast Ohio, Solon, Ohio. Doug Johnson, I appreciate your time on it this morning. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much.